Okay, so the Hebrew word for masculine is the word Zakar, right? Zion, Kaf, Resh. And what I love about this concept and this idea is the fact that this is an action word, right? It means to remember an account and act upon it, right? The function of this word, the Zion Kaf Resh, or the Zion Kaf, it's the idea of action, but it also means male. And so what Abiyah was communicating in the beginning, when establishing our language and even the thought, the concept of this word, is that the man, the male, his role, what makes him masculine is his mind. Yeah, Yah created man after his image and likeness, so physically he made man a certain type of way. Yes, we do possess certain physical strengths that give us an advantage over women, right? I'm not against women, but just in general. But what I'm saying is that beyond the physical aspect, it's the mental, right? Your mind is what makes you masculine. So what about your mind, which in the Hebrew, I talked about this before, it translates back to lev, right? Lamed bet. And it's the idea of your heart, your internal seat of authority, right? What makes you make the decisions that you make, right? As men, our emotions do not dictate our lev, our mind. The account does. Remember Zakar, to think upon an account, really the accounts of Yah, really, but just in general, what makes males masculine is our ability to move and to operate through identifying emotions and still being able to act upon in a way that is not only pleasing to Yahuah, but in a way that maintains life, that preserves life, that preserves function, that preserves covenant. You feel me? So obviously, we got the Type of Man, we got the Type of Man brand we've been working on and been dealing with, but I'm gonna be talking more about this Zakar, as well as eventually I'm gonna deal with the word Gabor, which I've dealt with that before. But these words Hebraically have so much rich foundation and meaning to them, and they are not at all in a way to remove man's consciousness of his emotional state. If anything, it's to govern that emotional state, right? It's to govern it functionally and properly and provide a structure, especially if you're a man and you have a wife and you have children and you have a family, right? It's to govern it in a way that you are leading, you are setting the tone of action for your entire family. That's biblical masculinity. So yeah, and you'll see the same words for example, on some of our feast days, we are to keep a memorial. You'll see that same word or that same term, Zakar. But again, what are you doing during the feast? You are I don't want to say acting, but you are performing an act of memorial unto Yahuah by eating the Pesach lamb. Which, by the way, we're gonna deal heavily with that, because even the idea of a lamb, right, what that word represents and means, even biblically, carries significant weight and foundation that you need to be conscious of when you are participating in the Pesach, in the Passover feast. But yeah, masculinity is Zakar. It's to think upon and act upon, right? So it's a mental state of being. It's a mindset. Shalom.